is going on? Time for another one of my late night videos. Since I'm up late, might as well do something. Don't know exactly what the fuck I'm gonna talk about, but I'm gonna talk for a minute, which is why I got my beverage right here. Sitting strong, baby. I got the cat in the house. The cat will be jumping all on me while I'm trying to record. And of course, big trucks want to be passing by. It's I don't know what time it is. It's in between 1 and 2 in the morning. I just got through watching Boomerang. Oh, Eddie Murphy flick. As a matter of fact, I just got through watching 4 Eddie Murphy movies. The cat want to come outside. Oh my goodness. I just got through watching 4 Eddie Murphy movies. Let me go let the cat in. Come on, girl. Let the cat stretch her legs. Tire herself out a little bit. She was asleep. She was asleep most of the time I was watching the fucking movies. I watched shit. Am I even gonna be able to remember? I watched Meet Dave. It's a dumbass movie. It is. That I ain't gonna watch no reviews or nothing like that. I ain't gonna look to see what the rating was. I'm pretty sure Meet Dave was one of those movies like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I'm saying? But that shit was funny to me. You have to recognize when you watch a movie like that it's supposed to be dumb. It's kind of the purpose. I watched Meet Dave, 1,000 Words, and it was the first time I had seen those movies. So, and y'all know those ain't new movies. They've been out forever. Meet Dave, 1,000 Words, Daddy Daycare, and then I watched Boomerang because as far as the recommendations, that's all they showed me. I would have watched Dr. Dolittle because it's one of those kiddie type Eddie Murphy movies that I ain't never seen, like the Haunted House one or whatever, the Disney type movies. I ain't never seen. I might have seen Dr. Dolittle, but I don't know if I have or not. But they only had Dr. Dolittle 3 and Dr. Dolittle. There was another one. But it was the one with the girl as the Dr. Dolittle, not Eddie Murphy. I think Eddie Murphy was in 1 and 2. And then 3 and anything after that was somebody else. So I was like, nope. I watched Boomerang, which was strangely entertaining. And I generally tend to stay away from those type of movies, like Boomerang. Even though back when that shit first came out, I watched them. But the older I got, the more I got away from watching movies like that. Like, not to sound snooty, snobbish, or whatever the fuck, I generally don't watch black movies. You know, I just don't. You know, I just don't. And but I seen all the Boomerang and then all the other movies that came out somewhere in that era with all the black folks in it. They had all the high class ass black people in them, like Waiting to Exhale and fucking, I can't even think of all of them. I done seen all of them. I seen all of them. I can't even think of the dudes' names and shit that was up in the movies, but it seemed like it almost seemed like it was like the same people in all those movies, even though it's not. There's some overlap. There's some overlap in those movies, but sometimes it's the same people. Didn't all these people just make another movie? You know, soul food and shit like that. Oh God. After I'd seen them once way back, I don't want to watch that shit. Especially these days, because I react different to those movies. It's just like even watching Boomerang now and some of the stuff in the other movies, I get the teary-eyed shit. Shit hits me different now. Yeah, shit hits me a little bit different now, where I get teary-eyed a lot from watching fucking TV, movies and shit like that, which is basically what got me wanting to shoot a video, do a little chat about was the reason why I tend not to watch emotionally charged shit. You know what I'm saying? As far as like romantic movies and shit like that. I'll be watching those movies like when I was watching this shit here. Well, the first thing that caught my eye. Well, I ain't gonna say the first thing, but right at the beginning of the movie, not right at the beginning, but somewhere around at the beginning of the movie, you know, Chris Rock is in this movie. And the more I saw Chris Rock in this movie, I was like, that's the Chris Rock that Will Smith was picturing when he slapped the shit out of him on stage. You know what I'm saying? I'm so serious as fuck. I'm serious as hell. And then you start thinking about how old this shit is. You think about Chris Rock. You look at Chris Rock now, you look at him back then, it's just like, woo, the times, the years that went by. Not that Chris Rock looked old, but it's just like, that's what they was doing back then. You look at, yeah, that Chris Rock in that movie was irritating as fuck. That little character is playing. It's kind of like Dave Chappelle. And it's like Dave Chappelle in The Nutty Professor. But he came out there doing that. Yeah. That ain't really been him. I don't know how much. I don't think that was too much of Chris Rock. Whatever. You know, you gotta look at shit from the time you're shot. If somebody like the dude that ran up there and tried to stab fucking Dave Chappelle on stage, you gotta think, when he ran up there to try to stab Dave Chappelle, the Dave Chappelle he was trying to stab was the one that was in the fucking Nutty Professor. If you watch Boomerang or the Nutty Professor and you look at those Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle in those movies, you kind of get it. They are irritating. Well, the Dave Chappelle's is irritating on purpose. That's what that character is supposed to have been done. But still, real comedy ain't that bad. You know. But yeah, I don't watch a lot of movies like that because, you know, you start paralleling shit to your real life, which you really got to get a grasp on when you consume so much media. It's just like when I be watching, I'm watching Boomerang, I'm like, I ain't, you know, Marcus Graham, you know, this big playboy motherfucker. You get these women, he looking for perfection and all this other shit. And I'm like, at a certain point, I was like, yeah, I'm kind of like Marcus Graham, except for I'm not looking for perfection. But you always find that one thing that you can't get over. Not like no feet and no shit. There's always that one thing that you run across that you just like, man. But on the flip side of that, I don't run across women like that. You know what I'm saying? You're not finna run across. I forgot that other woman name. That first one with the dog. I done forgot her fucking name. At one point, I did know her name because I done seen her in a couple of movies. She played in that What's Love Got to Do with It movie. Why Do Fools Fall in Love? She played in that. She was one of the 3 wives in that movie. They didn't show her off like they did this. See that pink goddamn dress. I was like, woo! Woo! I don't have neighbors, so I can do that. I was like, even now, I was like, God, I was like, shit. For real, I'm looking at this old ass movie. I do that sometimes. I watch an old ass. I do that for. Sometimes I do that for a lot of like a black and white movies, like them old famous white chicks. You know, back then, you know, they were all skinny as hell. But sometimes you get right up on them. I'm like, man, she pretty as fuck. What's that? Audrey? Whatever that Hepburn lady is. But man, goddamn. I don't know. I saw Aubrey Hepburn in the movie one time. I think I was an adult. I don't think I was that young. It was just like I had an instant crush on her. I don't remember which movie I was fucking watching. I was like, that woman is beautiful. bad. She been dead for a long time, but still, fuck. It be like that. It's like that for a lot of times. It's like that if you watch, not to sound gay or no shit like that, but like when you watch Star Trek and you see William Shatner. Like, William Shatner was a handsome motherfucker. Like, shit. I mean, later on, when they start making the Star Trek movies, he didn't quite look the same. You know, he had his hair different and shit. I think that was his regular type hair he was wearing in, you know, by the time the movies and shit started running around. Because he had like the brown hair and all this other shit. But back in the series, he had like the blonde hair thing going on. It was blonde and straight. In the movies, you know, after that, it was brown and curly. A little Jewish. He had Jewish hair. But you know, I was like, you know, they had a little light going right. They showed him right on his face right when he was doing one of these numbers. I was like, he's a handsome motherfucker. The same thing with Elvis. Look at some early pictures of Elvis. That was a handsome motherfucker early on. Before later on, when he started getting heavy. I just did a video talking about, my last video was talking about Elvis a little bit because I watched that Elvis movie yesterday. Yeah, but man, I was like, shh. I don't run across women like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't. You know, it's that's where you got to separate yourself from the media you taking in from reality. Not that those women ain't out there, because they are. I see them all the time. At least when I go out, I see them. But I'm talking about as far as my personal dating life and shit like that, like being online and shit like that. If I was still in that life to where I was going out to the bars and clubs and all this shit, it wouldn't be nothing special. You see that shit all the time. All the time. But I don't have no game. I don't have no pickup game. I know how to talk to women if I get my foot in the door. But I ain't gonna open the fucking door. You know what I'm saying? If they crack the door a little bit, I can get in there and work my shit. I just can't open the fucking door like a vampire. I can't fuck with you if you're in your house, but if you invite me in, that's your ass. You know what I'm saying? But my whole thing, every time I was like, I don't run across that. Not even my Grace Jones. Even though you know what? I have run across the Grace Jones. That bro was actually crazy. Like a 6 foot, 180 pound, pretty ass woman. Yeah, I actually met a 6 foot, 180 pound. That bitch was nuts. She was nuts. It's like I say, it's always something. It's always something. I ran across her twice, but she always had some shit going on. It's like, how does somebody that's educated, that you know, people have mental problems. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I can't wrap my head around a whole bunch of these mental issues with ADD and all kind of other whatever the hell is out there, because I don't have those issues. I can't understand it. I'm like, get the fuck over it, you know. But it ain't like that for everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I can't wrap my mind around that shit. A lot of people can't wrap their mind around whatever my concept of shit is. You know what I'm saying? It's fine and normal to me, but it ain't to other people. But yeah, she was. I ain't gonna say she was like fine. I mean, she was 6 foot, 180 pounds. It wasn't enough for her to be just fine, but it wasn't nothing wrong with her. She wasn't big enough to have nothing wrong with her. She looked like a fucking bottle. But she was crazy. She was crazy, which was actually kind of disappointing because I didn't get to spend a whole lot of time with her. I remember spending over the couple of years that I was aware of her, I might have only seen her maybe 2 or 3 times because she was nuts. You know, she was in Baytown when I met her. I might have went out there twice. And then the second time, she was out on the southwest side on Westheimer or somewhere, living in one of them little apartments out there. And she was, at that point, she was like out of it. Yeah, I was like, she's a lost cause. Whatever the fuck going on with her. But I I don't run across that shit that you run across on TV. Even though it's out there, but even, I'm well past those dating days. You know what I'm saying? Not by age, and just by health and my condition. I can't be out there like that. You know what I'm saying? So even when I was back in the day, like I said, I had no game. I don't have pickup game. It's just I freely admit that. Everybody gotta have their little faults or whatever. That's one of mine. You know what I'm saying? If I'd have had some pickup game, I probably would have had 30 kids by the time I was 25. So it's probably, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't got something, it's probably for a fucking reason. But even the casual shit that I had going on, it wasn't never with like no 8, 9, 10 type of broad. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't never that. I'm trying to think how many times have I met a broad that I would classify as an 8, 9, or 10. Not very, it ain't very many. I'm 46 years old. I've been doing this dating thing for quite some time. I just don't run across them type of women. All my girlfriends that I've had over the years are all fairly attractive. I wouldn't put none of them as a 9 or a 10. But they damn sure wasn't ugly and fairly attractive. If I was in a relationship with them, I ain't never been in a relationship with somebody I just didn't find attractive. That is kind of the main thing you have to pass is you have to be at least somewhat attractive. And I don't even go for those distractingly beautiful type people. You know what I'm saying? That's what I say. A lot of those type of people kind of sit around twiddling their thumbs a lot because people are intimidated and don't really approach them and shit like that. I get that, but these days, as far as what I know and how I operate on fucking all those women get swipes and messages from me, just like it on all the fucking 9, 10 date naps that I got on my fucking phone. All those super fine ass women that I see on now get messages, and the conversation is short or non-existent at all. So that kind of changed my goddamn approach on that. But it's one of the reasons why I stay away from media like that, because a lot of times it'll keep reinforcing shit in you. It's just like, you want this, you want that, you want this. People look and they want Marcus Graham, which, or whatever movie version of that type of dude. You got this dude, you got New York, penthouse, got 6 figures in the bank easily, probably more than that. Hey, come here. Cat getting too close to playing in the street. Yeah, that's what they want. Just like, dudes are looking the LC fucking, I don't know. I don't know the names of these women nowadays. Only thing I could do is pull out some names of people that's way older than me now. I mean, they still active and they still look good, but I can't pull out like no new people. I don't know no new people. But I'm gonna do say Halle Berry. It's kind of played. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, ooh, she look like Halle Berry. Yeah, but somebody on that level. I don't know the names. I would say Gabrielle Union, but because she was in the movie. She was in the Eddie Murphy movie, Meet Dave. I don't know when that movie came out, but I know what. She still looked like that for some goddamn reason. And Gabrielle Union is I'm 46. She is well over, a whole lot older than me. You see how I look. But then again, I ain't never seen Gabrielle Union without makeup, so, whatever. But it's one of those type of people. She's pretty and cute. She like cartoon pretty. It's like ridiculous. She's like cartoon pretty. She ain't one of those people that's, she ain't got no fucking like Serena body. I can't name nobody else. She's fine. Gabrielle Union's just fine. She ain't nothing wrong with her. If dudes look at that, they be, hey, that's what I want. That's what I want. I be like, if I run across that, that's okay. I'm kind of fine with average. I'm one of the points. I ain't gonna say I got to the point, but I am like, I just don't want nobody obese. I don't want no obese person. I got all the obese problems myself. I don't want no fatty fat. You know, somebody that's a foot shorter than me and weigh 100 pounds more than I do, and why you don't even get to thinking that I'm speaking funny with that. It's like literally, I've met a lot of women around 5 feet tall that weighed well over 300 pounds. You know, and I'm 6'3", I weigh 258 pounds. Back in the day, during my prime, I was 6'3". My normal weight is supposed to be around in between 270 and 280. I'm actually underweight. And that's because of diabetes too, so. I'm underweight because of diabetes. Because I'm one of those people where my sugar get out of control, I lose weight. That's how I end up going from like 285 down to like 230 in a couple of months. Lost a lot of muscle with that. But anyway, now damn it, I done forgot what the fuck I was talking about. No! Why? Oh, I was talking about the fatties. Yeah. Yeah, I'm, even being even being 270 pounds, 275 pounds, you steady meeting with all them women that I was beating, that I run across, way more than I do. Some of them, it's explainable. Because titties weigh, and women carry shit, all this ass and legs, whatever, somewhat. Women carry weight. They carry a bit more fat weight. We carry more muscle weight, and as men in general. I'm just talking about normal proportioned people. I got to a point where I don't pay that much attention to it. Physically I do pay attention to stuff, but it's more of shape than anything. You don't want nobody that's like round. You want, men are attracted to shapes. We want the shape. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of these big overweight people, they get a lot of play because they have that womanly shape. I mean, once they take their clothes off, they look like horrible trash. But, dressed up, they have the little hips, the proportions of that, the little Coke bottle thing or whatever the fuck. But they, I wouldn't mind that, but I want it in a normal package, motherfucker, shit. And even that can be bypassed at some point, depending on how you run across people, how much time you spend with. Because that shit dissipates as you spend time with people. I am fully aware of that. While I'm over here sounding like a shallow dog and shit like that, which is why I tell people it takes me a while before I call myself getting in a relationship with people and shit like that. Because I know you not gonna look the same to me 6 months or a year from now than you do right now. I meet you right now, you look weird. You ever go to a new school or a new job, everybody in there just looks kind of strange? After you'd have been there for a while, everybody looks normal. You know what I'm saying? At least the people you get along with, the people you don't like, they always gonna be ugly. You know what I'm saying? They gonna always fucking be ugly. But people be think I be bullshit. I was like, I'm doing this for your goddamn purpose. I mean, for your benefit. Damn, I'm using all the wrong words. I do this shit for your benefit. You need to get to know me. I need to get to know you. Because the people that I know, like the most attractive people that I know, body or face wise, all full of shit. They're all full of shit. They just are. That's just how it turns out. That's my personal experience. I know it don't work like that for everybody because we all meet different people. But my personal experience, yeah, that's how it goes. I meet a pretty motherfucker, you stick around them long enough. See how that shit turn out. They either gonna be some kind of fucking liability to you, some kind of goddamn way, or there'll be a non-factor, which is just as bad if you pursue it. You know what I'm saying? You look at all my friends. All my friends don't look at this and think something, but all of my friends, all 5 or 6 of them that I got in my fucking phone right now, are generally people I don't find attractive, except for maybe 2. And I've already been with those 2, and shit didn't work out. So, so it's always something. You know, people tell you need to do this, you need to do that, man. People want what they want, they like what they like. You know what I'm saying? They want people to be who they are and all this other shit. Hey, man, I like proportioned people. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I like proportioned people. I ain't saying you gotta be built like a track star, no shit like that. Hell, track stars not even built like track stars after a while. It'd be nice, cause I ain't never ran across none of that. I've had some stripper booty before, but even the stripper booty I get didn't look like that. I didn't have like the stripper booty that y'all be seeing like out at the big strip. I be at like the neighborhood strip booty. When that was way back in my 20s. I've been out of that shit for a long ass time. But you know, even then, it wasn't the hot shit. Just to be frank about it, anytime I've had like a really attractive woman, it was a hooker type situation. It was. Ain't no shame in that shit. Anytime I've had any kind of just somebody that was just straight up attractive, and it ain't many. I'll tell you that right now. It ain't many. I can think of 2 right off the top of my head. And that was long time ago. Long ass time ago. Yep. Hooker situation. It was fine as hell. Very attractive. But you had to come out your fucking pocket. But, you know, motherfuckers can talk about that shit, talk about me if they want to, or act like you ain't been there, because the only difference is, at that time, you skip the down payment. You know what I'm saying? You skip the down payment. Instead of taking a broad out, spending all this time knowing you don't want to do nothing but fuck, just, And I just happened to live somewhere where that shit was just readily available. Not the crackhead shit around here. They had like spots that you had to know about, where they had the little girls or whatnot, usually on their own. Cat. That cat's still like jumping on me like she can still fit in my fucking hand. You been out of that long ass time ago, man. Yeah, the only difference is you paying over time, man. You paying more than the little bit I'm paying for my little 20 minutes. I don't need no more than that. But it ain't always been like that. Like I said, that was some shit back in my 20s, back when, thanks a lot, Cat. Back my hormones back then were just like all over the fucking place. But even during the little dating, I can't say dating apps, the little chat lines and all that other stuff you run across people. I'm sitting here trying to think about when have I run across women like that. I can think of one. I talked about the chick I met off a match one time. By far, best looking chick I ever met online. By far. I don't know what the hell she looked like now, but I know back then, by far, that was the best looking chick I've ever met. Yeah, like I said, that was a one date and done thing. We had dinner, a movie, and kind of got ghosted after that. I do remember one chick Um, within the last 4 or 5 years or so, because you know dating just ain't been. I ain't had time to do all that shit since like 2016 or some shit like that. I met this one chick in Pearland. She was pretty. She was a pretty chick. Not very, but she had boobs and she, nice, wasn't nothing wrong with her. I got ghosted with that too. I don't try to figure that shit out. I look my best. Y'all looking at me now. You know how I look when I do these videos. You got to think I've been sitting in the house for the last 4 years. Well, not 4 years, since 2018. Well, I guess, yeah. It's 2022. I'm like that. Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, since the last 4 years, I basically been sitting in the house. I ain't had a reason to be getting all pretty and shit for that, So I've been out the game for that goddamn long, See this shit right here? I ain't got no hair on top of my head. All this shit done grown out. I hadn't had a reason to just be like, okay, I'm back in this shit. Let me go because I can't shave myself now. It's hard to do what you got to do when you only have one fucking eye. Then this one right here barely work. Go to the barbershop, get shaved up or whatever the fuck. Because that's what I'd have to do if I want to look decent, else I look all kind of weird. This goddamn cat, dude. Get all gusset and prettied up. For what? Like I said, I'm at the age where I'm just like, for what? What am I doing it for? I ain't got nothing to offer none of these women out here. I really don't. I ain't got no money for you. Can't you just go keep walking by? What are you looking for? I ain't got no money for you. I ain't got no sex for you. I ain't got no outside time for you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got none of this shit for you. I will bore you to fucking death. The current me. I will bore you to death, man. I got hit up by a fucking 20-year-old. Well, I guess I hit the 20-year-old up. She liked one of my pictures on a dating app. The dating app send you a message, and I'm like, fuck it, go ahead and. Yeah, she was looking for like a sugar daddy or some shit like that. It's open as hell in her profile what she looking for. I ain't got shit to do. I mean, I ain't got nothing to offer you. I'm not finna give you no money. I'm not paying for shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not paying for shit for you. I don't know you. 20 years old, you ain't got shit to offer me. I ain't got nothing to offer you. The only thing I can do is stretch your pussy out for about 30 minutes, and you probably want to enjoy that, but I'd love it. I'm weird. I can't help it. You be like, what are you doing? I'm like, you don't worry about what I'm doing. Just pass me that lube, goddammit. Everybody want what the fuck they want. If that's what she wants, she'll find it somewhere. Some po dude give in to that shit. They be like, yeah, I can help you. I can do this. Go ahead and check off all your money, bro. I've been done with that shit. At a certain point in my life, I was like, I ain't, Even with the chicks my age, it's just like, okay, I have to switch my shit. My shit is usually 35 and up now. Try to catch the people that already had their kid. It ain't no different than the younger bro. Even up here, when you get up in age, you run. Okay, get out. Just get the fuck down. Ain't nothing up here for you. Every time that cat do that, it fucks with me and I forget what the fuck I'm talking about. I try to be nice and let the cat out the house and the fuck was I talking about? It'll come back to me. I was saying something about me not having shit to order. I having shit to order, having shit to offer. People want what they want. What the hell was I talking about, goddammit? Shit. Every time I do a video, that cat come walking across and interrupt me and I forget what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyway, I ain't gonna harp on it too long. But I do know I'm not for to just pour all my my resources and shit into somebody who ain't about shit from the start. Oh, that's what I was saying. Like, I'm talking about all these fine ass women and shit like that. And you get to my age range where you dealing with motherfuckers 35 and up, 40 and up, 45 and up. A lot of people I run across are like 40 B plus, you know what I'm saying, into their 50s and shit. And you start looking at pictures, you be like, shit. You know, you're like, shit. I'm like, God damn, she fine as fuck. Yeah, if they get to that age and they still look like that, yeah, more likely, if you're an old woe-out motherfucker, yeah, they ain't gonna have shit. You ain't got nothing for them. If it still look like that shit can get beat up, they gonna want to beat up. I can't beat up the coochie no more. My beating coochie game is gone. Well, in some instances gone. I have to run across somebody with the same kinks I got. I damn sure ain't holding my breath on that. I only know one, but that ain't quite available. So it is what it is. Actually, I know a few, but they either occupied, they either got their own dudes and shit. You know how it is. You run across people, y'all got y'all little thing. And that's what y'all got. Only thing y'all got is y'all little thing together. Y'all ain't really matched up for too much else. That type of shit you don't really do. You don't lose no sleep over that. But yeah, even run across these people my age and up, it's like you run across them. You run across them in your inbox. And like I said, I'm in the hood. I gotta keep my head on a fucking swivel over here. And a lot of them sound like they dropped out in grade school. Last person not the last person. I know one of the recent people I talked to last. You know, shit didn't go nowhere. You get fizzled out in the inbox. It's just like, damn, you 42 years old. You supposed to be a nurse. You sound like you. I ain't talked to her, but just from her typing, you can't get through school typing like that. It's one thing to see a bunch of shorthand. That's acceptable. You know what I'm saying? To a certain degree, it's acceptable. If it's all shorthand, you got typos. Bad typos. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of those people, when I see typos, I check that shit against the keyboard. I'm like, yeah, that's a typo. That's a typo. That's just the wrong ass use for that word. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. I'm like, you just typed the whole wrong ass word right there. It was a bunch of that. 42 years old. Sound ignorant as hell. But you run across a lot of that with people. And she was fine too. 42. I looked at her pictures. I was like, huh. Okay. I read her profile. I was like, ugh. You got 4 kids? I'm like, you got 4 kids and you look like that? You are fortunate. Because a lot of people don't bounce back from 1. You know what I'm saying? You had 4 and you look like that, goddamn cat. You are definitely fortunate. I mean, you never really know until you see somebody naked though, so I say that, but it's the same thing. I'm like, people look at me and be like, you sexy man. You ain't seen me. I tell people that too. I say, you ain't seen me naked. You see me naked, you probably change your attitude about that. You're a sexy man. I was a sexy man. I am just a man now. I am an old man at that. I'm a middle-aged man with an old man body. That is not exactly what you want. I got the gray hair to prove it. And the rest of my body is starting to match my gray hair. It is what it is. I ain't gonna get too far down on that. It is what it is. But yeah, you run across these bras, they be fine as hell. 50-something years old, 52, 53, 54, even some up into their 60s. Looking good. Like, damn, that's how you... Shit. It's like motherfuckers be on there like 10, 15 years older than me. I talk to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm at a point now where I can't be too goddamn picky. If you're an old bro and you look kind of, because what you usually get is I don't know, man. It's hard to talk like this without sounding mean, but you get those really, really fat people. Really fat people. And to where there's like no sex appeal at all. You know, even when you are somebody like me, you get up in age, you know, the normal man stuff start happening to you. That's what happens to men. It happens to everybody. A lot of men will deny that shit, but you know, they'll deny it, but at the same time, they in their 40s and 50s at home injecting themselves and popping all kinds of pills for every kind of effect they trying to get. It's gonna get you someday. They are like the little blue pills. I took them little blue pills, and they don't even work on me no more because that's not my issue. I have a nerve issue. I don't have a blood flow issue. My nerves don't work, goddammit. But it's one of the things where I'm just like, how? Again, that's just people. You know what I'm saying? Ironical. First, it's got more to do with the way that I operate on those dating apps. Because, like I said, I'm not getting no premium membership for nothing. I'm not getting a premium membership for nothing. Because I already know majority of people that I run across, I'm not going to be a match for. I'm just not. I'm not going to be a match for. Now, I might run across some people that I might talk to for a while or even a long time. But as far as like a romantic match, probably not. You know what I'm saying? If I run across somebody who was, you know, I would plainly say was able to settle for somebody like me, they wouldn't be somebody I would settle for. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's one of them things where somebody, you know, they're like, oh, you're a nice guy and blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting over here like, yeah, I know. In my head, I'm just like, you know, it's a lot of things I like to do in the bedroom. I wouldn't do none of them to you. You know what I'm saying? And that's a main thing. It's just like, it's a lot of things I do in the bedroom. I wouldn't do none of them to you. It's just like, just can't judge all by the looks like that. Because there's some big girls out there that, you know, that don't look all that bad naked. It's a weird thing to go off on, but I've been around enough to know that. And then there's some not so fat girls that don't look all that great naked. It's like, ugh, what the hell? So, you know, so it could be anything. You know, they could have that post belly sag. You know, run across a skinny chick. You know, you run across because I mean, man, like I said, it's hard for me to say a bunch of this shit without being mean. But you know, I'll meet a bunch of big girls and they already so fat to where they don't have that post partum belly because it's already like that. I'm not saying that to be mean. It's just, you know, you run across somebody that's big and fat. You know, they might have had a couple kids, but you know they got a big ass belly. But you can run across somebody of an average build, and then they'll have that, and some of them have that, you know, the little belly down there, and then some of them just had a little bit. Then some of them had that belly to where it's just stretch marks all over the whole thing. It's just unsightly. It's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? I've seen some people like that, and it's just like, you know, it's one of them always have sex with the shirt on type folks that run across those a lot, you know, quite a cat is rude, man. Cat is just rude. Yeah, you run across that quite a bit, you know. And when you've had a dating career like mine, to a majority, that's what you run across. You think back to it, 20 plus years of, that's what the hell I done run across. That's what I run across. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I just want an attractive woman, that's all. I don't want no goddamn supermodel or no super athlete built motherfucker. I just want a nice, average, attractive ass woman. That's it. Is that too hard? Go ahead and jump across there. I know that's what you want to do. Whoop. Fucking acrobat. I know that's. It sounds crazy, don't it? I just want some average, attractive ass person. You know, that ain't fucking nuts. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's all I ask for. I don't want, you know. And that's coming from somebody with one goddamn eye, no hair on top of his head, you know, fucking grayed out everywhere. I ain't got no muscles. Look at that. I ain't got no muscles. That's coming from old, below average ass me. Like I said, folks want what the fuck they want. That's why I have to kind of regulate myself. When I was watching these shows, I watch TV, you see all these people on TV. I'm just like, and I do that too. I said what is it? I don't know what the fuck it is on the show. It was like that. I was like, it ain't no fat people. I don't know if it was Star Trek. I don't know what the fuck it was. I don't know what show I was watching. I was like, it ain't no fat people on this show. This is weird. It had to be some kind of Star Trek, even though they do have fat people on Star Trek. But it's. I'm trying to think how many fat people they done had on Star Trek. I don't count Scotty because he wasn't fat when the show started. Well, it damn sure wasn't no fat people on the original series. There wasn't no fat people on the original series. But then again, back in the fucking 60s around that time, there was a whole lot less fat people. And, but the older those people got, you know, they start, obviously they gained weight. You know, they was fucking 50, 60 years old making them damn movies. But a lot of them maintain themselves. I mean, but nobody just obese. You know what I'm saying? Scotty would be the closest one. But, I mean, shit, he was old as hell. So, you know, hell. Let me see how many people. A lot of people of the shows I don't watch, they got, you know what? The only people I saw that was fat, you got William Shatner. But William Shatner is old. And I don't know how old William Shatner got to be in his 90s or some shit. Damn near. Because everybody else is dying to fuck off. Ain't gonna be nobody else left. But George Takei, the Asian dude, I think the dude that played I was going to say whoever played the little Russian guy. I should know his fucking name. The one that do the little Russian part. William Shatner. Everybody else dead because Nichelle Nichols just died not too long ago. Matter of fact, just probably within the last few weeks died. And but you know, what's his name is, you know, he's fat, but you know, you get that old, it's whatever. I can't think about it. It's the only thing I could think of was Kate Mulgrew, who played Janeway. I seen her on a panel one time doing one of those Star Trek conventions I was watching a video of, and I'm not sure how big of a lady she is, but her proportions is not like it was on the show. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It was like, I look at her proportions, she was kind of, and her face was kind of round too. She actually, when I was looking at her, I was like, she looked like William Shatner now. You know what I'm saying? I was like, she looked like William Shatner now. Both of them got them big puffy ass faces. It's not necessarily a good thing. But I like Kit Mulgrew. I got happy when, what's that show? Lower Decks? Star Trek Lower Decks. She does the voice of, I guess, of a Janeway or whatever. I don't know. I know she does. I watch one. I don't have Paramount Plus, so I can't watch the shit. But I heard her voice on the little ad that they run for Lower Decks, and I didn't know that she did Lower Decks. I heard her voice. I was like, oh, look, that's Janeway. That's Janeway. I want to watch it just because she on it. I like Star Trek. Leave me alone. I like Janeway too. I'm supposed to be watching Voyager right now. Shit. Anyway, just want an attractive ass. I just want an attractive woman. You know? But I want an attractive woman without all that other shit that usually come with it. Like I said, average attractive. Not some fucking ridiculous ass woman that's gonna, you know, just draw a whole bunch of goddamn attention. Ain't they fault, but you know, they do. I don't want to have to be swatting motherfuckers off and shit every 5 seconds. Like, go on, nigga. Go on. Get. It's my girlfriend or whatever the fuck. You know, come on. Shit. But I don't know, man. Like I said, I have to really just separate myself from my media because I see the shit. It's all attractive ass people. You know what I'm saying? It's all attractive people. That's all you see is attractive people. All you see is attractive. You see this right here. Man, she fine as fuck. And she fine as fuck. It's like those what's that? Those back when I was on Instagram and Facebook and all that shit. I have since hopped off of that shit. I got me another Facebook page, but it's an empty page. I got it just for the dating app, and the dating app don't even show up on the app for me no more. So I might have to delete that motherfucker too. But it ain't nothing on it. What the hell was I? I did it again. My goddamn brain is on shutdown. God damn. Anyway, I don't know what the fuck I was talking about something. I was just like, shit, man. Every time I come out and do this shit, it's just like, if the cat don't distract me, I think after about 30 or 40 minutes of me just talking, it's just like it'll just kind of poop out, just like, okay. That's when I know it's time for me to get my ass up off of here. Because these are just like journal entries for me. I don't post this shit for views and shit like that. People might run across it. But this is actually, it's just like a journal entry. One day I might not be here. And this stuff will be here. It'll still be on YouTube. Run across it. I make sure I put the little tags and shit like that in there. And I'm like, who is this guy? I'm like, oh shit, he's been dead a long time. I actually think about that sometimes when I watch, because I watch a bunch of old videos. There was one channel I was watching. Me and my super particular ass taste I have on YouTube. It was like an old ass channel. I was watching like a Let's Plays and shit. And Let's Play just ended. You know what I'm saying? I was watching Let's and it wasn't a current Let's Play. It was the Let's Play just ended. And I was just like, huh. I'm like, well, what happened? He just stopped uploading. Is it one of the things where you going through somebody's shit, you know, somebody got videos that you like, so you start looking at all their videos and then all of a sudden you notice that it just stopped at a certain incomplete point? And you're like, uh-oh. Is this somebody that died? I don't know if it was or not. They might have just said, fuck it, and stopped recording videos. But they were recording quite, you know, persistently. And it just stopped all of a fucking sudden. So I was just like, oh shit. Think about that a lot. But anyway, back to this attractive people shit. I think I might give it one more push. Probably later on this year, where I might change up my, I don't know if I'm gonna have any new pictures or anything like that, but change up my profile a little bit. And it's hard to make a profile that works on all the dating apps, because you have to go by the smallest common number, which is like 200 characters. It's like, okay, 200 characters. That's what I can work with. Or I could just go with like, OK Cupid. Get. Go on, cat. I could just go with OK Cupid or Match. Because they have a pretty goddamn generous character limit. I think Match is like 4,000 and OK Cupid might be somewhere around the same. I'm trying to think of another one. They got a big character limit. Yeah, but everything else is generally around 200 characters. I might need to have two profiles, but Match and OK Cupid are not very active. So it's like, why would I put all that shit on there when you're not getting nothing off of it? You know what I'm saying? You'd be better off like, Black People Meet or some shit. I don't want to just meet black people. You know what I'm saying? But they give you the most free messages to send. So it's like, shit, I'm on here. Shit, every time you look, it's free messages to send. You go on Match, it's free messages to send. You get about 4 or 5 messages. Then you gotta wait the fucking next day. Big People Meet. It's the same as Black People Meet and Match, for that matter. The same company. Match. They all owned by Match Group. But you can kind of look at those 3 apps and tell that they're kind of the same. Especially Black People Meet and Big People Meet, because they just color swap. They just different colors. What else? But even on Black People Meet, you get a whole bunch of messages and shit. They say that at the beginning, they'll be like, yeah, you get these certain amount of messages you get to message these people for free. But when you keep logging back on through the day, there's always people added on there for you messages. Black People, Big People Meet is the same thing, except for they don't give you as many matches. You might get 2, 3. Except for on that app, it's just the people. If the thing says free message, I'm sending a fucking message. It's like I'm like that. I don't really. You don't really swipe on those. You just send message. But if they put free message under your name, I'm gonna send a message. I'm sorry. I'm gonna speak. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like, if you don't like it. Just don't reply. You know what I'm saying? Cat, what are you doing? Cause that's how I use it. I fish with a net, not a pole. All the apps are like that. Even Plenty of Fish and what the hell else? Plenty of Fish is owned by Match too. Bumble sucks. Why the fuck am I gonna pay for somebody else to message me when they can just message me and I wouldn't have to pay? You know what I'm saying? If you match with somebody and they don't message you, then obviously they don't want to fucking talk to you. You know what I'm saying? At that point, they already know that y'all done matched. They done look at your profile and be like, yeah, I don't want to message him. They want you to pay to give them another 24 hours to message you. That is so fucking dumb. It is. Bumble is just fucking stupid. Women make the first move. You know what? I've been on Bumble for quite a while. I ain't never met nobody off of Bumble. But I've been on Bumble quite a while. I ain't never met nobody off of that. I ain't come close. Because first of all, my profiles don't really work like that. And generally, women don't know how to. They don't know how conversation works. You know, on that they blah blah blah. They send you a message. So the ones you do get, you get a message. Y'all a message back and forth for once or twice. You know what I'm saying? They might end up sending 2 messages, and you might end up sending 2 messages. But after that, there ain't nothing else in the conversation. I'm usually the one. All those little apps have that little shit where it's like your turn. You know, they put that little shit over there to remind you that, you know what I'm saying, they sent you a message, it's your turn to reply. That's how all my shit be looking. Your turn. Your turn. And I usually, you know, depending on what the conversation was like, I'll usually have some kind of reply there. But it usually ends there. Most of my stuff, a couple of them is sitting there with your turn on it. That's because somebody done sent me a okay or some shit, or emoji or some shit. This conversation is over. I don't count those as replies. LOLs, OOKs, and shit like that, and emojis. Those aren't replies. You have to actually fucking say something if I'm gonna say something back to you. You know what I'm saying? Every once in a while, if it's early on, I'll try to push something ahead, but I won't do that more than once or twice. After that, it's kind of noticeable that you got full sentences on your side, and they only got like one word on they side. I was gonna get a bunch of those that I was gonna screenshot, but yeah, what was it? Baidu. I think it's Baidu. Baidu don't let you screenshot on their app. If you try to screenshot on that, which is kind of stupid. You know, I'm like, shit, somebody might have done something to me where I need to actually screenshot this shit. But you can't. You can't screenshot shit on there. A bunch of other apps you can. It's kind of like when you hop on, if you got a brokerage or a bank, a lot of times on those apps you can't screenshot. If you ain't really sure about it, try it. You be like, huh? You gonna look in your album, it's just a black screen there. I'm like, well, yeah. So a lot of the conversations that I would highlight, like and post on Twitter and shit like that, I'd be like, see, this is the kind of shit I have to deal with. I can do it, but I just can't do it on Baidu. I think Facebook might have been like that too. I think Facebook had a thing where you couldn't screenshot on their dating app. Attractive women. That's all I ask for. Attractive woman without bullshit. Can I get an attractive woman without the bullshit? Averagely attractive. I'm not looking for no fucking Gabrielle Union. If one come along, I will hop the fuck on it. She's gonna turn out crazy, and I'm end up going on about my business like I usually do with them fine, pretty broads. I don't even run across the butter faces. You know them chicks that's fine, but they ugly in the face. I've seen them. Yeah, I've seen quite a few of them. I'm like, God damn, she fine as hell, but she got her daddy face, and her daddy don't look like Prince. Your daddy look like Prince in the face. You might can be like, yeah, okay, I might. Yeah, nah, this motherfucker look like, you know, big fine motherfucker. Look like, I was gonna say Michael Clark Duncan, but I didn't want to bring up nobody dead, but you know, that's like the one, that's the first thing, the first face that popped up in my head from the chick that I'm actually thinking about is like Michael Clark Duncan. That's kind of how she looked. She fine as hell though, for somebody. She like fortunate for, I think she do kind of work out a little bit, cause she got big legs. She got like track legs, not Olympic track legs, like high school track legs, like strong legs. You know, some people just have. There's a lot of women just. I was in the line at the dollar store, and I looked behind me, and it was two Hispanic chicks behind me. Two Hispanic chicks behind me. Like, I guess they was about average size. They was kind of petite built, and both of them had little Daisy Dukes on, and I just kind of looked like this behind. I went for just be like, oh. I kind of just looked behind me. I noticed that the Daisy Dukes had the hips filled out in them. You know what I'm saying? They was both a little skinny. You know, so they had little hippie hips. But when you look below the below the Daisy Dukes, the legs just looked like my fingers, man. It was just like chicks have hips, ass, and the legs don't match. And I was just coming from the gym, so you know that kind of stood out because them chicks every time I start thinking about them girls in the gym, I just be like, I have to change the subject. You talk about attractive motherfuckers. I'm like, shit, you go to the gym. Why? Why can't all women just do squats all day and look like that? Except for the chicks in the dollar store that had the little booty shorts on, and their fucking legs look like they've been sitting in a wheelchair for the last 20 years. I'm like, shit. I look at shit like that. I am a shallow person. I know this, so I don't. I am not shocking myself in the least bit. But also, I'm aware of it. That's the thing about when you know you got deficiencies like that, you can bypass that shit if you're aware of. I know I'm shallow as hell, so I know to avoid that shit. That's why I say, averagely attractive. I ain't looking for nobody super. None of that shit. Just somebody average. Average build. Average height. Well, the height really don't matter, but average build. Everything else is negotiable. Average build. Which is not even safe to say nowadays because the average then went up. You know what I'm saying? The average bill would be like, okay, you look kind of like this. No, well, the average bill nowadays would probably mean that you fat. It probably would mean that you fat, motherfucker. And the fucked up part about it is where I usually end up. Like I say, I take in a lot of media because I'm always in the house, you know. I'm in the handicap slot, you know what I'm saying? Well, I want to be or not, I'm in the handicap slot. So I'm always at home. I'm always watching videos, movies, and shit. So that's what the fuck. That's what I'm taking in. And then when I do leave the house, I'm going to the fucking gym. So I go to the gym and I get to see the women in the gym, which is not indicative of the people that you gonna see outside the gym. So I'm always exposed to out of the ordinary. You know what I'm saying? I'm always exposed to always the ordinary. I don't meet women like them chicks that are in the gym. Most of the chicks I see in the gym are like well out of my demographic. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be a 46-year-old dude in there trying to holler at a bunch of 20-year-olds. No. Even though a lot of them ain't, I think the last chick, woman kind of grinned at me, but I was working out on a leg curl machine. It was one of them seated leg curls where you sit up like I'm sitting up now, and you just bend your legs back for the hamstring. I'm not hopping on no fucking, I ain't hopping on no hamstring machine, curling my legs on, my booty poking up in there. I'm not getting on that one. Get on the one where I can sit down and just But it was a pillar right there. You know, the pillars are things that hold the fucking building up. And they had the little cleaning station right there on that pillar. You know, the paper towels and the wipes and the spray and shit. And it's a lady. And people come by there all the time to get the little stuff. This one lady stopped by there like 3 times while I just kind of looked at her. She was right there. You know, you sit there and you just glance at her like that. And I think like the second or third time, it had to be like this. I don't know, the second or third time, kind of looked over like that, and she kind of went like, well, my face though kind of how to do it. It was like a slight little grin, but it wasn't no grin like, oh, it was a grin like, it's just a grin. Knowing my luck, if I'd have actually tried to speak to that woman, she would have been like, I'm like, yeah, that's typical. That's typical. I find a fine ass woman that want to talk to me, and ain't nothing coming out of my mouth with Spanish, which is something else that I didn't get on. Now this is particularly on Badu, the dating app Badu. Of how many people I end up matching up with on there, and you'll match with somebody. You'll either sometimes you'll get a message, or most times if I get a message, depending on how long that match been there, I don't like matching right when somebody swipe on you. That seems weird. You know, you wait a day or so, and then you be like, boop, you send them your little message speaking to them or whatever the fuck. No English, blah, blah, blah. And that, I was just like, you know, I'm just like, really? I go look at the pictures and I'm like, that's what I would like right there. A nice looking woman. A nice looking woman. She fine, whatever. She don't speak no English. I'm just like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. And I'll usually just put a thumbs up, and ain't no use of dragging that shit out. They say they don't speak English. Because I mean, I could drag the shit out. I had that same shit that I said about the chick at the gym, the one that kept going by the thing. She gave me that little, like a little smile, and then went back to take care of her little business. And she had she was like a petite woman, but you could tell she had been working out because she had some little tights on, the little tights, and I kind of glanced down at her legs. And she had those, I don't know how to describe it, where the thigh kind of goes pat over the knee. You know what I'm saying? Like where it's just like you got the bicep, and this is the elbow, and then you got the bicep that comes up like this. Well, she had the knee, and you could tell where she does a lot of leg day. Let me just put it like that. She does a lot of leg day. She does a lot of leg day. It's just like, oh, shit. And I went across the same thing when I went to the dollar store I used to go to. This chick, Sonia, damn, I forgot her name. I ain't talked to her in a minute. Well, she was one of those. I go to the 99-cent store only a lot. So and she worked in there. She was one of the little typical little Mexican ladies that work in the store stocking and shit. I always used to run across her, and every time I run across her, she still smiling and look off and shit like that. So one day I said something to her, and she know a little bit of English. I don't know who gave her. I probably gave her my number. I was like, here's my number, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? They used to keep walking in the store just staring and grinning at each other. I gave her my little number. I didn't have to use no pickup line, so she wouldn't have understood nothing I fucking said at all. But I mean, she didn't know how to speak any English, and I met her. I even been to her house and shit like that. But I mean, we ain't do nothing. But she invited me to her house and eat, watch TV and eat with her sister and her son. Everybody in the house speak English except for her. And I'm sitting there. I'm like, how many years you been here? Everybody in your house speak fluent ass English like I speak English. They like Americanized. And you've been here for years. Your English sound like it done got worse since you got here. But I think what we used to do is I had to Google Translate on my phone. So she'll say something, I copy it, put it in Google Translate, and copy that, and then put the reply or whatever I wanted to say, and copy that shit and put it in, do that for a while. I mean, I could do that, but how long you gonna maintain that shit? You know what I'm saying? How long you gonna maintain that shit? You can't communicate with nobody like that. Sonya was all right, but she wasn't really my type though. It's just like she was husky built, kind of. She didn't have like skinny legs, but she was like small, and then from the waist up she was kind of bubby. You know how sometimes how them little Mexican ladies look. She was pretty though. She take nice pictures and shit. She send me pictures and shit all the time. When she go out to the little club, she put a little makeup and a little dress on, or what, boots or whatever, you know, they wear the little Mexicans, you know, well, she's not Mexican. Her sister is Mexican, but she's Salvadorian. I mean, it's right next to each other, you know. But technically, she was born, raised in El Salvador, and her sister was born in Mexico. So it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. But she wasn't really my type. Every time, well, your girlfriend. How many years you gonna ask me? Your dad don't get old. Where your girlfriend? Where your girlfriend? Got no girlfriend. If I had a girlfriend, I wouldn't be over here. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if I didn't have a girlfriend, why would I be over here spending time with somebody I ain't fucking, that I've been talking to for about 3-4 years? You know what I'm saying? 3-4 years, we ain't done nothing. Even come close. You know what I'm saying? Maybe other than a hug when you get ready to leave somebody, you know, some shit like that. Your girlfriend. I got no girlfriend. I asked her one day, you want to be my girlfriend? I ain't getting no reply back from that. Shut the fuck up. You shut the fuck up then, goddamn. But I don't usually fuck with people at the gym like that. You know, people go to the gym, they do something. They ain't there to work out. You know what I'm saying? There be people in there talking, but they be like, folks be in there that know each other, that live on that side of town, that went to high school together, whatever the fuck. You know, I don't run across people I know in there. I might have ran across somebody I knew in that particular gym one goddamn time. And I'm guessing that one, because I do remember talking to a dude in there, because it was this one black dude that was in that gym that I seen a couple times, and he always walked over there and was like, you know, yo, what's up, man? What you working out today? I was like, man, I'm doing my pushes or my pulls or whatever I was doing for that day and blah, blah, blah. And it's like he kind of looked familiar. You know what I'm saying? But just for some random ass dude just to walk over there and talk to you like that, I'm just like, I don't know that dude. You know what I'm saying? But it happened like on 2 different occasions. Yeah, I can't believe he recognized me, came over there, gave me a little dap and blah, blah, blah. But he went over and went back to working out. You know? So whatever. It's weird. Still like, I don't remember that dude. I had somebody stop me on the back street back there. Yo, Jimmy, what's up, man? Motherfucker knew my name. And it was dark outside, so I mean, I couldn't see inside his car to see who it was. I said, what's your name? He was like, Delaney. You know, from Langston. That's elementary school. It's in Langston. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, I ain't say nothing. I was just talking to him until he kind of like drove off. And I was on the phone with somebody too. Somebody was, you know, on my Bluetooth, blah, blah, blah. And then he drove off, and then I walked up the street, and I was talking to the person on the phone. I said, I have no idea who that was. Apparently, he knew me. He was on the back street back there, so he had to be some kind of familiar. But I don't know, man. Ugh. Goddamn chest burning. About to crack open the motherfucking Pepto-Bismol. Yeah, I was like, I don't know who that is. Obviously, he knew me. And obviously, he knew somebody that stayed on that back street back there. Because I was just walking down the street looking like I do now. This is obviously somebody that I ain't seen since way back then. So he recognized me. With all this gray hair on my face. I ain't talked to nobody named Delaney. Ever. Except for this chick I knew for a while named Delaney. Her last name was Delaney, but that's about as close as it. That damn show wasn't her. I wouldn't mind seeing her. I don't think we get along. That was one of the disappointing. She looked like a fine ass Oprah Winfrey. Like if Oprah Winfrey was just had a body on her and a little bit better face, that's what she looked like. But apparently, that didn't work out. For whatever it was, it's one of them things. personality class or some shit like that. I don't know. What else? What else is while I'm closing this thing out? Can't think of nothing else. I already talked about me wanting an attractive woman. Me saying this shit over and over again ain't gonna. The way I'm gonna get one, if I turn this fucking video off and start swiping, goddammit, on Tinder, where I ain't gonna get no action at all on Tinder. I still don't get Tinder. I met one chick on Tinder in 2016. In 2016. And the reason I remember that is because I had a photo. You know how Google Photos will pop up in your notifications. You know, such and such years ago this week or such and such years ago today. And you click on that shit and it'll show you some pictures that you took on that day, however many years ago. And I noticed this picture and I was like, that's when it was a picture I was out somewhere. It wasn't a picture of the chick, but it was a picture of me when I was out on, with the chick on that day. And I would have said 20 times. I said, damn, that was it. As much swiping and shit. I mean, I was off Twitter for a good minute, but still, all the swiping and messaging that I've done on Tinder, as much shit as people talk about what they do on Tinder, I only met that one person in 2016. It's fucking 2022 now. I was like, man, because people throw Tinder, yeah, Tinder this, Tinder that, Tinder. I said, I don't get it. Whatever the fuck y'all doing on Tinder, I don't get it. I got pictures, I got a profile, and I speak to people. Now, other than that, maybe I just need to be white. Because all the swiping left I'm doing is all the white people. You learn that kind of shit. Unless you one of those people, you do, like I do on a couple of maps where you just hop on there and just swipe right until they tell you ain't got no more shit. You know what I'm saying? I might have to go back to doing that because it don't make no sense. It really, except for some of those are obvious. I don't want to waste a whole bunch of swipes. All the little Asian, Chinese women and shit like that. I'm like, those pictures are not even taken in America. You know what I'm saying? They just, obvious fake profiles and shit like that. So, I got my swiping speed is decent. You know what I'm saying? I can be like, wop, 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 left, 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 left. I just don't like the fact that I swipe left on most of the white profiles. That's not something I really care. I don't like. Because I know from history, if it ain't a fat white woman or a white woman with a bob, that little bob haircut, it ain't no use to swiping on it. If it's a fat white woman, you might have a chance. If it's a woman with the bob haircut, you might have a chance. And it's funny as hell because that's a stereotype. You white woman with a bob haircut, she probably fuck with niggas. It's crass to say it that way, but when you swiping, and you be like, huh, here you go. This one of the white women with it's either some fat white chick or it's a white chick with the bob haircut, and you swipe right on it, and then that shit pop up. It's a match, and you just like, you know what I'm saying? He's just like, really? It happened to me a couple days ago. I was just like, it was like I looked at it for a minute. I was like, huh. So it was something about that picture. I was like, usually I would swipe left on this. I swipe right on it. It's a match. I was like, see. I was like, see. It's typical. It's typical. If you find a white chick, if it's a fat white chick, I know it sounds fucked up the way I'm saying this shit, but I'm just saying how the shit actually works. If it's a fat white chick, a white chick with the bob, or if it's a white chick doing a black girl pose. You know what I'm saying? If it happened to be a white chick that's doing a sideways, look at how big my butt is pose, or they just doing a straight up bent over pose, they probably fuck with niggas. They probably, which is not a bad thing. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. And I say fuck with niggas, but you gotta understand I live in the fucking hood. That's how I fucking talk. But I just like, yeah, if you're a black guy, you might have a fucking chance. Now, if you black guy and look like you from the hood like me, probably not. You know what I'm saying? The last white chick I messaged was fat white chick, 58 years old, apparently fat, and she had the short dude. I was just like, it's all of it right there. All of it right there. She fat, she white, with the little dude. She just didn't have them little funky ass poses. She don't look like somebody that would do those poses. It's just, she was like a white chick. But I mean, she messaged me back. You know, getting a match is one thing. They actually have them message you back and then go back and forth. I mean, it didn't last long, but the conversation just ended. Ain't nobody say or do anything. The conversation just kind of ended. You know how it is. You inbox somebody for 1, 2, maybe 3 days, whatever. It just fizzle out. And it was like that. She wasn't pretty though. She wasn't. She was weird. She had the. I can't do it. It looked weird when I do it because I only got one eye. But she had the little bug out there. Cat, get out the way. Move, cat. I'm gonna push you on the ground. You just gonna put the tail right there. Oh man. This cat spent a lot of time getting in the way of me and whatever screen I'm looking in. If it's the phone or the TV. The cat literally, while I'm watching TV, the cat farted and left. Really, cat? I smell it. It's not my fault. The cat sat there, farted and left. I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know how to feel about that. It's just like the cat jumped off. I'm like, what the fuck is that? That don't smell like nothing I got going on right here. Cat, I'm gonna whoop your ass. Cat fart. Anyway, it's nasty, man. Rude and nasty. Don't sit here and fart right. But the cat likes to. You know, when I'm on a futon, I'm usually laying down on my back. Like if I'm trying to go to sleep and I got something playing, I'm laying down on my back with my head like turned this way towards the TV on the futon, with my head like up on a pillow. The cat likes to come and lay right here, just bloom. And sometimes she'll lay right here with her head right here, but her hands will be like covering my one eye. It's fucked up. Or if I'm laying on my back, usually with my stylus and my phone, when I'm laying on my back or whatever, she'll come lay like right here, or lay like right on my face where I can't see me operating the phone. She'll lay right where you can't see the TV, can't use your phone. Or she'll start trying to swipe the phone out your hand. Like, man. Goddamn cat was. I try not to complain too much about it because people want loving animals. They do. They want loving pets. This ain't the only cat around here. It's at least 4 or 5 more cats around here somewhere. They all in the same family. You know, you got her mama, the grandmama cat. Then you got her uncle. She got a cousin or a sister or her brother. One of them is around here somewhere, you know, but they skittish cats. I didn't get a hold of them as they was kittens. So I can't do nothing but feed them. I can't come around them. This is the only one that kind of got left behind. So I ended up grabbing her and bringing her in the house. Because the other cat, the mama cat, don't like it. Every time this cat get around the mama cat, she go, I'm like, that's your fucking child. You don't do that to the other one. I'm like, you don't do that to the other one, but you do it to this one. So I'm kind of glad I brought this one in the house. There you go, attacking my hands. What do you want? Nice cat, too. She give you kitty kisses and hugs and whatnot. Like, she'll lay right here with one arm right here and one arm over here. You know? she'll scratch you the fuck up, but she don't, she get excited when she plays, so she might grab your arm or some shit like that. It might scratch you a little. She get better with it. She don't do it on purpose, and she don't use claws up here. Even if every once in a while a cat will smack you in the face for whatever fucking reason, cats will smack you in the face, like just go about that. Like, why would you do that? But she don't use claws in my face. You know what I'm saying? Because I let her lay up here, but whatever she do in my face or whatever, no claws. There'll be claws everywhere else. She'll fuck you up. I got scratches on my legs and shit. But she don't use claws in your face. And she give you little kitty kisses right here. She like lick the licking. She'll lick your nose right here. I don't know why, but she do. She'll lay there. She go lick your little nose. And for some reason, she'll try to bite this eye. I'm like, you can't be fucking with that eye. It's the only one I got. You can't be fucking around with the eye. She like to bite your nose too, and I'm just like, she'll like bite your nose and be like, and like stay there like, She won't bite it to where she just like, She'll just bite just enough to go, Cause she do the same thing when she with your fingers. What the hell? Yeah, she'll grab your hand and go, but she won't bite down on it. You gonna fall, cat? You go see? She ain't gonna bite where it hurt. Anyway, it's getting humid out here now. It ain't as bad as it was a couple of days ago. The heat has been low to where I'm sitting out here and I'm not sweating. But it's still humid out here to where it's not comfortable. It ain't no breeze or nothing out here. But what I'm figuring to do is go in the house. I ain't got shit else to talk about. I've been rambling for the longest. Just to have some shit to upload. Go ahead and put some shit on to watch, and I don't know. It's starting to be a little bit more traffic back there that I see, which means it's kind of late. I have to check the stock market and see if the pre-market starts at 3 a.m. I do a lot of stock stuff, so a lot of my money is put up in stocks, so I pay attention to that stuff. It starts at 3 a.m. here, so 3 in the morning you can start trading and shit. You know what I'm saying? You can start doing whatever it is you're gonna do. Even though the market don't open until fucking 8:30. Yeah, think about that. You got pre-market. That's what, 5.5 hours of people fucking with the price of stocks before the regular market even open. I'm ready to go in the house in a minute, cat. My goddamn ear sweating. This damn Bluetooth. I'm just gonna go and look and see what the S&P doing to see if it's gonna be a general up, down, or sideways day. It's probably gonna be red like shit then. Ain't really nothing you can do about it at this point. You just throw your fucking hands up and be like, whatever. I'll put something on the screen to play till I fall asleep, and then I gotta go through my phone. I got some forms online I gotta fill out for some real estate stuff. So that'll give me something to do. That will catch y'all on the next one.